In late June 2023, just a few days before Week of Rivers, we had gotten a lot of rain upstream in Greensboro. The Haw was running about 7,200 CFS, so Rick, Joe, Dave, and I met up to take a higher water run. Most of my Haw runs were 1,500 to 3,500 CFS to this point, so I was excited to see what a higher run would look like. With none of the usual rocks in sight above water, we quickly progressed through to the first flat section, just in time for a nice afternoon summer shower. Since most of the normal rapids and work spots were washed out, we quickly continued on down the river through S-Turn and on to the lower Haw and lunch stop. Lunch stop and the waves below were also pretty much washed out. It was on to Ocean Boulevard. It had turned into a gorgeous afternoon, and with the sun dropping down behind the trees and hills around the Haw, we made our way down Ocean Boulevard. catch what is left of the top eddy behind the triangle rock of Gabriel's to set up for the rest of the rapid. At this point, I decide to just run it with no further eddies until I get to the bottom. After bombing Gabriel's, we moved over to play in the ledges on River Right. With all of the additional flow, it made them pretty much unrecognizable, and most of the ferries and other features I normally play in were just not there at these levels. I do want to get back out there at this or even higher levels to work on some more pushy skills. One thing I really noticed on this day was I need to work on keeping my deck dry by going up and over waves and skipping or roofing over holes, as well as timing my strokes and working with the waves to get down the river. There are always more things to work on.